So are you leading or am I?
I'm leading. I'll take the reins. I'll do it. Yeah, eyes closed. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You're like right behind my microphone, so I have to move my mic so I can see you. Okay, ready?
Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
This is gonna be one of those nights, huh?
How many times did we do it to that one time?
That was like 5 or 6 in a row. We went like back to back to back, and I think that was this season too.
Why do we have to share one brain cell? Okay.
Because
There we
it's
go.
funnier that way.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Am I gonna lose again? Probably. Let's be real here. My track record this season has not been good. Okay, ready?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh my god!
This has to be well, it is a record for us. We've only done these 2 seasons, but I have to be on like a 15 game losing streak. This is crazy.
Grab your tarot deck, see if you're gonna win the rest of this. We got 2 more episodes after this.
Yeah.
This is hilarious. Sorry, continue.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Rated MA. I'm Allie. This is Meg. And today we are continuing our watch through of Andor Season 2. This is episode 10 today. We are in the final arc of Andor. These are the last episodes. I'm so sad. This episode is called Make It Stop, which is horrifying. What does that mean?
I don't have a good feeling about this.
I have a bad feeling about this. At least get the fucking quote right, Meg.
Listen. I was on Twitter today. I tweeted it right. I tweeted this right. Yeah. I got it right.
For anyone that might be new to our channel, if you guys have never seen Meg or I before, we do take notes throughout. So if you see Meg or I looking down at any time, we are probably just scribbling quick notes so that we can have a further discussion later on. I'm not really sure if there's much else that we can say. I'm very, very excited to watch these.
Start the episode.
I got tissues ready. We're winding down here. So without any further ado, because my co-host is impatient, let's jump into the episode. And I started this one further back because the intro sounded different. It feels very like epic. Like it has like a gravitas to it. I'm not talking about Epic the Musical again. I'm genuinely saying like the adjective epic.
I like how you just knew from the look I gave you. It was like, Allison, please.
One BBY.
Oh.
Okay, we've got the comms going off in Clea's little place. That like resonance is really cool in the background. You hear it?
I do.
The bass. Oh, it's getting louder.
My brain really likes it.
Oh, does Clea live here?
I guess? Or maybe she's kind of forced to?
She might live. Well, I mean, if she's constantly operating the comms unit, I can imagine that she stays near it at all times. Miss Girl.
We'll meet at the old steps.
There was construction the last time I went through.
We don't have time for alternatives.
Look, going like this is risky enough. Just promise me if it doesn't look perfect, you won't engage.
I think we used up all the perfect.
Oh, I really have a bad feeling about this. I'm also going to point this out because I forgot to say it in the intro. I do think Luthen is going to die, and I think it will be either in this episode or the next one.
Really? You don't think it's going to be... Oh, no. Considering what the final episode title is, I don't think he'll probably be in the final.
Yeah. So one bad thing about these episodes releasing all at the same time is I saw the titles for the next 2 episodes, which, first of all, super excited for episode 12, but...
That's what the tissues are for.
Dedra contacted a friend of mine in Tactical last night. She's looking for a team to be put together for an operation in Coruscant. I think she's coming for you.
Oh, Dedra's on his tail?
Oh.
You're not sure? So call him back and find out.
I can't.
Yeah, I think Dedra's going to be the one to try and kill Luthen.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know that she'll be successful, but I definitely think she's going to come in there. I mean, we've seen images of her in there with a gun.
I don't think she's going to be the one to kill him, though.
I don't either.
She might capture him, but I don't think she's going to be the one to kill him.
I do think he's going to die, though. I just don't know. I think he'll kill himself.
Oh, like Dedra gets him. He kills himself. She doesn't get the closure. She goes crazy.
I figured it out. Everything. I know what we've been chasing.
You went into her files,
I had a 2-hour window.
and you still don't know if she's coming after me or not.
I didn't have time. Because I found something more critical.
Oh, is it the fucking Death Star? Because that might be why they're after
I wasn't
Urso.
followed.
Spoilers for episode 12. It's got
Because if
Urso
they
in the
knew
title.
What I found, they wouldn't have let me out of the building. I need safe passage.
It has to be.
through the
Has to be the Death Star.
Obviously.
Project Stardust.
Where they'll come at this with everything they've got. Assume they're coming now.
Then there's no time to play games.
I have a feeling they're going to kill Lonnie. Him and Clea.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
Well, we know Clea's there. And she has a gun.
Yeah, he's not going to make it. He's going to get the information and then...
He knows too much.
The rebellion on Gorman was a front from the start, a cover to strip mine the planet of some mineral that they need. They're not looking for partisans on Jeddah. They need kyber crystals.
Jeddah Kyber!
Orson Krennic's been
Yep.
building a secret weapon for over a decade. Colonel Yularen wasn't even told until a month ago.
What kind of weapon?
Where will you take us?
Yavin.
What is that?
We'll be safe there.
Oh, is he actually going to take him?
I don't think so.
Tell me about the weapon.
He needs to know about the weapon before he kills him.
They're not going to just kill him out in the
Ooh,
open, though. They're
look at
probably
the
get him on the
shot!
ship. Oh, that's sick.
What is this, like, Chris Nolan Inception shit? That's awesome.
That was a good shot.
Are we not going to see it?
I guess.
Nope,
Oh,
he's dead. He's dead. I knew it. Fucking shot that man in the head.
Yep. Oh, it's a
Yep.
love cat.
It is a Loth cat.
Oh.
Yep. Sorry, Lonnie. Saw it coming.
Yeah, it's the first of many deaths, I fear, in these next 3.
Gorman, Scarif, Kyber, Krennic, Urso.
Galen, Ursa, Galen.
Super weapon based in Scarif.
Project Stardust.
ISB Krennic, Galen, Urso.
You know where to go.
No, I'm doing the comms.
No, you're not.
I'll be faster.
I'll do the burn. Please don't argue.
She knows. There's no way. Ooh, I love a good eagle eye view. Love it. Yeah, Luthen just strikes me as the type of character who would rather kill himself than let himself be captured. And there is a scene from one of the trailers where Dedra comes in with a gun and like is like aiming it at people, but I always assumed she was aiming it at Clea, not Luthen. I don't know. This is cool though.
It is cool. Also, no, I completely agree with you. He is
Uh-oh.
definitely type of character, and here's Dedra.
Uh-oh. Where is Cassian?
There she is.
Man, are they gonna kill him like in the first 10 minutes of this episode?
No, I think they're gonna have a sit-down conversation. They're gonna kind of like hint at it, like he knows she knows, and she knows he knows.
Why is there never like anybody else in this shop? It's always like
Right,
one
yeah.
person at a time.
Useful.
Forgery is a sad curse of antiquities. At the moment, only 2 pieces of questionable provenance in the gallery. It's a Nautilin bleeder, 60 centuries old. Probably ceremonial.
That's gonna play into this. It's gotta.
Yeah, that's the Chekhov's gun of this this episode.
All these pieces. Do you own them all yourself?
Most of it.
In that case, I may have something for you.
Oh, what is she gonna show him? Is it gonna be like is it gonna be the Imperial Star Path unit from season 1?
Now I'm nervous. What if it's not?
Not what?
Stunning.
I don't like when she smiles. It freaks me out. Denise Gow, you're beautiful and I love you, but Dedra freaks me out. It is! It's the Star Path unit!
Vintage
Called it!
Imperial Star Path unit.
How did she find him?
I have dreamt of this. And here you were. All that time. Hiding in the shelter of imperial peace and quiet. You disgust me.
Do you want to know why?
Everything you stand for.
Freedom scares you.
Freedom. You want chaos. Chaos for everyone but you. Ruin the galaxy and then run back to your ridiculous wig.
Why did she call out his toupee? That's funny.
You're finished.
Now you're too late. The rebellion isn't here anymore. It's flown away. There's a whole galaxy out there waiting to disgust you.
Ooh. He started a fire in the back of the shop with the chemicals and stuff. He had a second before he came out. Here he goes.
Turn around.
Yep.
He killed him. He's killing himself.
Turn around or be stunned.
Stunned?
He did it! I knew it!
I love being the smartest person alive.
He did that so quietly.
He would rather die to protect the rebellion than let her take him and give them the answers.
Step back, regroup. Keep him alive. He can't die.
I hope he's dead. I hope he dies. His last line was, "There's a whole galaxy out there waiting to disgust you." Okay.
He really went out with a bang. I love that man. Rest in peace, Luthen. You did
Stellan
great.
Skarsgård, your flowers, sir. Watch him still be alive and we're like celebrating his death. Oh, look at
Oh.
everyone outside waiting. Oh, Clea.
Aw. She knew.
Mhm.
She 100% knew.
And Luthen knew it too, because Lonnie told him they might be on their way to you right now. And so he made sure she wasn't in the room. I wonder what her relationship is to Luthen.
I know she was his assistant, but like, did it just start like that and then it turned into something? Yeah, I'm curious. I feel like Luthen might have even taken her in.
Yeah. They almost have like a paternal, like father-daughter relationship, but I don't know.
Miro called a raid this morning and it's gone badly. She believes she's found access. She's been warned about stepping over boundaries before.
Young is dead. That's why I'm late.
Lonnie and Luthen. Bad day to be a Star Wars character with the name starting with an L.
Yeah, it is.
Luke, Leia, get behind me.
I'm sorry, but wouldn't it have just been funny if they took his toupee?
Well, he was wearing it.
Well, if he had an extra one and they just took it and put it in a bag.
He fried the communication system so they couldn't trace it.
Luthen, you're a real one.
I have a feeling he's not quite dead. I have a bad feeling.
You think he might be on life support? Clea might
Yeah.
sneak in, pull it.
Oh, this place is like gutted now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what happened here? Oh, maybe they raided it.
Maybe. I think this is where Clea and Cassian were communicating in the trailer. Because the window, it looked like they were at the window. Flashback? Yep.
Did she sneak on his ship?
I think Luthen was a former Imperial who turned tides. Wow, they
Oh my
made him look
God.
so much younger.
Is this
Holy
fucking
cow.
Canary?
No. Well, that was a lot of bombs. There's no way, right? There's no way. I've kind of given up ever getting answers about Canary, but here, her and her cunty heeled boots. I
love her. Oh my God, no. Tony Gilroy, you were not doing this to us if this is it.
I don't think it is. He's either hiding or he is... Make it stop. Oh, that's horrible! Tony, what the fuck? Tony Gilroy, you are fucked in the head, my guy. Like, I love and respect you, and you're one of my favorite creators, but what is wrong with you?
At least we're getting. Hey, you asked for some of Luthen's backstory.
I take it back.
Stop! Sergeant! You in there? There you are. We cleared that other basement.
I heard it.
Had to be about 50 of them in there.
I said I heard it.
I love this camera work.
I know.
What kind of battle is this?
This feels like a video game. This is really cool.
It does. Oh.
They do have like a father-daughter relationship. He saved her life. I want to see Clea kill some people. Ooh, she looks so good.
Oh,
I really like Clea. She's been a
African queen.
standout character for me this season. And I liked her in season 1 too.
I like her more in this season than I did in season 1.
Can't believe there's anyone left. But you don't want to be out here alone.
I'll be right behind you.
When can I have him?
For what?
I need him talking.
Right now, that room is keeping him alive.
Oh, it looks like she's in the hospital.
She's gonna walk right in. She's gonna fucking walk right in there.
She's gonna try to pull the plug on Luthen. Oh, and that's just gonna kill her.
Yeah.
But she's saving him like he saved her.
Yeah, but it would give her, it also gives her a second to have closure
Yeah.
of knowing that she's not abandoning him to a fate worse than something else, you know?
Yeah. God, now why'd you have something? Oh, it's just a hacking device, I guess. What is this?
It's like a locker.
Why can't our lockers look like that?
I don't know. Those are cool though. I love Clea. She's so smart.
She looks good in yellow.
I mean, she's beautiful.
She is.
Oh my god, this place is so big. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Narkina 5.
Yeah. Wow, they really only have one aesthetic.
Yeah, the Empire's just boring and gross.
It's sterile.
Everything's under control.
That's a bold statement.
I expect to have him ready for interrogation by tomorrow night.
You waited for my day off.
I have a call in to Partagaz.
Well, we'll have that forwarded for you.
What does that mean?
You're under arrest, Dedra.
What?
I have access. I found him.
I came with an ISB marshal.
I have to talk to Partagaz.
He sent me.
Oh, Clea, you have the best end of your life.
I like that Tony Gilroy's experimenting with like creatures that we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is beautiful. Look at
I'm
a
guessing
little
this is where
lens flare.
Clea's from. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty. Oh, he left. He ran away.
Yeah, he ran with her.
Your wife, now you've got this. She's dead.
What's the offer?
What are you looking for?
It's worth 40. We both know what it's worth.
Well, right now it's worth 7. Let's walk back.
Let her counter.
7. Forget it. 20.
10 if you smile.
20.
Does she know how this works?
We already have an offer for 15.
Oh, who done that?
Zuli, back by the gate.
18's my max.
Sold. But no smile.
I think Luthen learned from her.
Oh, for sure.
I can't tell how old this young actress is because she has the voice of like a 15-year-old, but she looks like she's 12 or 9.
I would say more like 12.
Am I your daughter now?
When it's useful,
But it's useful.
we'll be whoever we have to.
I always had an inkling that he was a former Imperial because his hatred is so deep.
Well, he also knows like a lot of the inside stuff.
17's as far as you go.
we're trying to get to the 19th floor.
It's special access only at the moment.
She's gonna fucking kill that guy.
Yeah, she is.
You know what it is?
This planet, it feels familiar, but I don't know what it is.
What's this? Trooper ate a bolt the other night. Sniper. And they keep finding people who did it.
Clea, we're leaving. You're on your own.
The voice that this actress is doing is so good. Like, it matches the adult Clea very, very well.
Oh my god.
This location reminds me of Italy in real life. Or like Greece? Somewhere in Greece, maybe?
Wow.
When do we start fighting back?
We have. We fight to win. That means we lose. And lose and lose and lose. Until we're ready. All you know now is how much you hate. You bank that, you hide that. You keep it alive until you know what to do with it.
I hope Clea survives this. I want her to survive and her to just be like a character in the originals. Like, she's just alive during that time. Clea would be a good fulcrum.
I don't know if she's gonna make it.
I don't either, but I really want her to.
Oh, those socks got a good grip.
You're going to have to turn back. There's no access here.
I was sent for Dr. Nash.
This unit is closed. Let's go.
Oh!
Yeah, I was like, I know she has a weapon on her. But now that she's on that floor, do you think they'll let her stay up there? There are other nurses that were up here.
It's a good point.
Wow, we haven't seen Cassian at all this episode.
I don't know if we will.
Clea solo show written by Tony Gilroy when? Give it to me now. I need Clea to survive. I'm gonna be so real. It's gonna piss me off if she gets killed.
What do you got?
Make a distraction.
50. You're not eating.
How long do we have?
Is that
Naboo?
I was about to say, I think it is.
It's Naboo! Lake Como in Italy. Didn't I just say it looked like Italy?
You did. That there it is.
You need to pay attention. Life shows us what we stand to lose. Most people look away. We can't be like that. You need to know you're making a choice. I lived most of my life without ever realizing that that was a possibility.
You're afraid.
How many years ago do you think this is?
I mean, Clea's got to be in her late 20s, early 30s minimum, so at least 15 plus years ago.
Do it.
You think I won't? Why are you doing this?
Because today it's real.
You promised.
I lie. Get used to it.
I love this, like, look into their life.
Look at me. Turn.
That's what I figured it was a detonator. Casually causing a terrorist attack on Naboo. Because Clea, I think, is about to detonate something in that fucking hospital.
Yeah, she
to
is.
get all of them out of there.
Good shot.
Girl, you could have just walked by him. Well, you know, fuck that stormtrooper, though.
I'm not ready for this.
I know. This is gonna hurt. She can either turn that machine off so it stops, like, keeping him alive, or she can just straight up kill him.
I'm shocked she didn't reconnect.
Clea,
it,
run.
know?
Clea, run.
That's the second death this episode.
Man, Cassian's not in this episode at all. This is the end. It has to be. Oh, a fade out? Fuck you. Fuck you.
It's a slow fade too.
Wow, stop. Enough. God damn, Tony. Jesus. Tony Gilroy, what is wrong with you? Wow, a whole episode of Andor without Andor. Ugh. I'm tearing up and I'm mad because I'm tearing up. Man, the first episode, Tony, Anthony, what's wrong with you?
We're in episode 10, already 2 deaths.
Yeah, well, fuck Lonnie, though. I don't give a fuck about Lonnie.
But Luthen? We knew it was gonna happen. But episode 10? Words cannot describe how emotional I got.
Yeah, that hurt a little bit.
During their, like, figuring out just pieces of her memories, backstory between the two. Shit. I can't stop picking up and throwing my pencil. Like, I can't.
You know what gets me is a lot of people talked about, oh, well, Luthen's absolutely going to die this season. Like, I think that was a given. I think most people who watched the show expected Luthen to die. It was when he died, I think that a lot of people were, like, iffy on. The thing that gets me about him dying now is that he was theoretically less than a year away from winning the war.
He was so close.
He almost made it. And he'll never know what Cassian sacrificed to save the world. He'll never have gotten to see the Death Star explode twice. He never got to see the fruits of his labor for real, which is why I'm hoping that Clea, at the very least, will survive.
I hope so. It is kind of cool just knowing that all of this happens because of Luthen.
Yeah. I mean, Luthen and Clea seemingly set up this entire subsect of the rebellion by themselves, and it was Luthen became a defector to protect her, but it was her survival instincts that saved her own life. Like, I said this in another episode, but I always knew that Clea had to be more than she seemed.
Yeah.
And she was too clever and too smart to just be like Luthen's assistant, quote unquote. But I love this, like, peel back of the curtain of her being like, you know, she's almost kind of the mastermind behind a lot of this. Not everything. Like, Luthen is in charge of a lot of it, but Luthen became the man that he was, I think, because of her.
Yeah. I think they needed each other, for sure.
100%.
Yeah. They needed each other to be able to become who they were, well, who they are today.
Yeah. The rebellion needed them to be together.
It wouldn't have happened the way it did if it wasn't for both of them. Fate just happened to set them on the right path. And this all happened because of them. I can't even imagine the pain that Clea is feeling right now.
I wonder what her real name was.
I know. I'm very curious.
Now, I will say, it's possible that they said, because we heard what we thought was Luthen's name. I heard Leo, and I also heard Liam. I'm not 100% sure what it was. So Meg and I will have to do a rewatch, or editor, feel free to insert what his name was. I know he's a sergeant, or he was a sergeant. I always had an inkling that he was a former Imperial, or had a lot of contact with Imperials, because his hatred of them was so, it felt so personal. We never really introduced our notes portion. We kind of just started talking. I did take some notes, but
fuck it. This episode deserves. Nope. Let's just continue talking.
You know what? No structure for this episode, Tony Gilroy, because you did a fade out on Luthen's corpse.
It was so long. Why was it that long? I know why it was that long, but it was rude.
That was almost as offensive as showing Brasso's body in the field while the fucking Neomos Club remix was playing. That was cruel. In episode 3, I was like, Tony, I just want to have a conversation with you in a therapist office. No, Tony Gilroy, this season has been incredible. I loved this episode. I really liked it. Fun fact, I was just re-editing one of our episodes for season 1, which for you guys came out a few weeks ago, but for us comes out tomorrow. I was just going through that, and I had said at some point in that episode, I was like, man, we really need like a Luthen show. I would love a whole show about Luthen. My guy, this is the backdoor pilot for a Luthen Clea show. I will watch it. I am the target audience. Give it to me.
We'll react to it. Give it to us.
First of all, let's talk about that. Let's talk about Luthen and Clea. Stellan Skarsgård, whatever the CGI they did on him to make him look a little bit younger, looked amazing. Looked so good. De-aging actors is always a little weird, and it's been done very, very well, and it's been done very, very poorly. This is maybe one of my favorite versions of it. Like,
I agree.
I think he looked excellent, personally. I think he looked very good.
I don't think Tony Gilroy would have let it slide for being bad.
So we both suspected that I'm just going to start going through my notes in whatever order I have them. Everyone's least favorite time. Allie's going to talk for 10 straight minutes.
It's my favorite time.
Yeah, Meg doesn't have to do anything. She just gets to sit and dissociate while I sit here and talk about shit.
I do dissociate sometimes. I'm not going to lie. I'm like, oh, well, shit, she's talking.
I just be talking about anything. That's why.
My ADHD cannot hang on for that long. I'm sorry.
I'm just cut me off next time. It's fine. You and I both knew that Lonnie was toast. And I think both of us can say that we knew it was going to be Luthen or Clea who was going to take him out. The moment he started talking about, I found something big and I won out, I was like, oh, he's done. Interesting that they did it in public.
That's what I was going to say. They did it in public. Did they have a silencer on that blaster?
They might have. It didn't look like there were a ton of people around, but I will say, I think it is because they knew they were running out of time, and Luthen knew he had to relay that info to Clea as soon as possible, because Lonnie said to him, I think Dedra Meero is already on her way to you. Like, she knows it's you. And Luthen had asked for confirmation, like, how do you know that she knows it's me? And he was like, you looked at all her shit and you didn't have confirmation. He's like, well, I found something else. I found a big weapon. And he was like, what big weapon? The moment Luthen heard she knows it's you, I was like, well, I gotta kill this guy. I gotta get rid of him.
Well, also, he knows he's gonna die, so there's no, like, point to trying to be discreet.
I liken this moment of them killing Lonnie to a scene in Captain America the Winter Soldier. And I'm only thinking about this because I saw people talking about that movie again, which Captain America the Winter Soldier is my favorite of the Marvel movies. I still, to this day, think it's one of the best Marvel movies. I just recently saw Thunderbolts, and that's partly why I'm thinking about this, because I heard people talking about it. But someone had made a comment about, like, Bucky is the Winter Soldier, and they had him out on the streets of DC, like, and he's supposed to be this really powerful assassin who, like, no one knows about. And I had to tell them, like, you do understand that that's because days later, Hydra was going to go public, right? It wasn't going to matter if the public was an outcry over a fucking assassin in the middle of Washington, D.C., because Hydra was about to assume the power over the entire country. So that was on purpose. And that's the same thing here, right? Of, like, they know the end is near. And so in the case of what I'm talking about with Hydra, they know the end is near, as in, like, S.H.I.E.L.D.'s reign is over, Hydra's taking over, we're going to assume power, we can throw all our big guns out on the street. And in this case, it was more of, we know the end is near, they're on to us, what we do now doesn't matter, we're running out of time. And that's kind of the vibe that I got from this particular scene.
That was a very good parallel.
Thank you. So we had that Dedra was on Luthen's tail. That was great. I knew as soon as Lonnie said that he had found something in her reports, I knew it was going to be the Death Star. I said something, I think, in one of the earlier episodes from this season about how I think that this season will end with Dedra on the Death Star because of her relationship with Krennic, because Krennic recruited her for Gorman, and then we now know she was successful on Gorman given the last few episodes and what happened in Arc 3. I believe that I saw someone on Twitter say this, so this is not me coming with this. I did see someone on Twitter say this, that they think one of the final shots of this show will be like a slow pan out of Dedra, like looking out a window and she's on the Death Star, which I just think is awesome.
So
I could fully see that happening.
let me ask you this.
Okay.
What do you think is going to happen to Dedra? Because she's arrested. Do you think she's going to be in like the prison cells on the Death Star and she's looking out and that's when that happens? What do we think? Because clearly she doesn't exist anymore after Andor.
For her storyline to conclude, we would have to know what happens to her after this, which is why the Death Star or Scarif always made sense, because both of those things stop existing after Rogue One. Therefore, they have no sway over things like, you know, A New Hope. For Dedra, though, her getting arrested was a curveball. I didn't really see that coming, but I'm assuming, I mean, now I'm starting to think like she's going to be fired and lose everything. And that would be a good conclusion for her, is that all of this work that she did amounted to nothing.
So let me ask you this now. It's basically the same thing that has happened to Cyril, but she gets fired, loses everything. Do you think she's going to lose her shit and kind of go crazy?
Yes.
Okay, I was going to ask, like, what do you think she's going to do if that were the scenario?
Well, so there's 2 episodes left. The next episode is called Who Else Knows, which I'm assuming is going to be, I'm going to call it now, I think it's going to be Cassian to Clea about Luthen. Who else knows? Or it's going to be Cassian to Clea, who else knows about the Death Star?
Ooh.
Because Clea is the only one that has that information apart from Dedra and whoever, and you know, all the people working on Stardust, but Clea has that information. She can pass that along, that it's like this big super weapon or whatever, and we know that the rebellion knows about it in Rogue One because Cassian goes to get Jyn Erso so they can find out where Galen Erso is so that they can figure out what the fuck's going on with the Death Star. So my thought process is going to be that it's Cassian to Clea, who else knows about it being the Death Star. For Dedra, though, I was not expecting her to get arrested because I had kind of assumed we would get like a natural conclusion to her story. But I could see her in the next episode being in prison and them being like, well, he's Axis. I know he's Axis. And they're like, well, you can't prove it because he's dead. And she's like, what? Because he died. We know that he's dead now. And I could see them demoting her. Because here's another thing. We talked about this in season 1. Dedra is one of a very few women who sits on a position of power within the ISB. And I think that this would be a good time for the ISB to tamp down on that male-centric thing that they have and demote Dedra as like, you're just a woman. You were never supposed to have this position of power. Like, clearly you can't handle it. You're so emotional. I don't know that they're going to swing it that way, but it would be well within their right to do so because that is how the Empire operates. You know what I mean? So I could see something like that happening, in which case Dedra's fucked and that she just loses her job. But I kind of have a feeling that we're going to see Dedra all 3 episodes, because if that were to happen, I don't know where her story would go next. I don't know what more there would be for her.
I don't think there really would be anything.
I mean, obviously this is going to be the conclusion to her story within the next 2 episodes, but with her in prison, I am certain we will see her again in the next episode probably, but after next episode, depending on how it goes, I'm not sure that we'll see her in episode 12.
We might not, and we might just see her getting locked away, and then that's it.
Well, locked away or just thrown out on the streets of Coruscant like, hey, you figure this out yourself, you're gone.
Oh, she's gonna lose it.
It'd be so funny if she got sent to the same place that Cyril was sent to when he worked.
I was like just thinking that, just walking the hallway, getting the same instruction by the guy that Cyril was giving instructions to last time. So it's like that constant cycle. That would be hilarious.
I don't know. I honestly, at this point, Dedra is a wild card to me. I always assumed we'd see her on Scarif or on the Death Star because that would conclude her story quite nicely, is that she blew the fuck up. But that's almost too much of a triumph for her. She's kind of at a low point right now, so I don't know.
Yeah. Kick her while she's down. She deserves it. Let's see. When Dedra pulled out the Star Path unit.
I was so happy I said it. I was thinking it the whole time. I was like, that's got to be the Star Path unit, right? It's got to be the Star Path unit in there. I'm so glad I called that.
Oh my god.
That was so smart.
I loved that scene.
Oh, and the Chekhov's gun of the knife that Luthen pulled out.
I saw it, I'm like, he's going to kill himself with that thing.
Yep.
Called it. You and me calling things.
Let's talk about some of the things that they said in that conversation. I wrote down a few of them. I want to go over that scene some more with like a finer tooth comb, but for right now, we got to move on. But freedom scares you. She said, you don't want freedom. You want chaos for everyone but yourself. Freedom disgusts you, I think is what she said. Something along those lines. And then I wrote down, there's a whole galaxy out there waiting to disgust you. And I was like, those were his last lines, if I'm not mistaken.
Iconic last lines, but I cannot get over when she pointed out his wig.
She said, you sit here in your wig. She said, your lace is botched. Like, shit looks bad.
Not glued down, just flapping up.
She said, you're chopped, bro. That was so funny. Why did they write that? Why did they make her funny for like 0.45 seconds? That genuinely was hysterical. I don't know that it was meant to be funny, but it was very funny to me.
Oh my god, that was one of the best lines, I think, this whole episode. There were so many good lines, but that one was one of my favorites.
I'm really sad we only got to see Dedra and Luthen together in one scene because they are such powerhouses, both of those actors. I would have liked to have seen them together more. It's like Mon Mothma and Cassian. Like, I want to see Genevieve O'Reilly go against Diego Luna some more because they are so good together.
They're so good together. Also, I mean, we also only got 2 scenes between Cyril and Cassian. One in very beginning of season 1 and then the one in the Gorman Massacre. So that was also pretty interesting. But it made so much sense for them though.
That's the problem with like big ensemble shows like this, is that you get really attached to characters who never intersect, and it's like, damn. I kind of want to see what was going to happen there.
Can we also talk about the lines, since we're talking about lines and everything like that? When Luthen said, most people look away, we can't be like that. I thought that was so powerful. And so, I mean, even in everyday life, I mean, that's how change does not happen, is if you look away, you are feeding into it and you are a part of that. But if you choose to keep looking, you're going to be part of that change. And that's what he was trying to point out. And I think that they very much lived up to that.
Yeah. I mean, that's an important lesson, I think, for anybody, especially in today's political climate. If you live in the United States, not that political climates aren't bad everywhere else, but in the United States, they're particularly heinous right now. But the idea that like, that's kind of what this show has been tackling a bit, is like, if we just bury our heads in the sand, we'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Luthen knew 20 years ago, hey, we can't afford to do that. We can't afford to just be people who put our heads down and wait for things to get better. That can't be the life that we live, because we know better than anybody how horrible the Empire is. We know how horrible things are right now. We cannot afford to let our guard down lest something get worse along the way, and it did. And now we see what Luthen and Clea have been doing this whole time, which is seemingly they might have been some of the first members of the rebellion as we know it, which is really sad that he died before getting to see how everything went down. But
it's sad, but it's, I don't want to say it's like poetic in a way.
No, but I don't think that's a wrong thing to say.
Yeah, I'll stick with that. Brain bad.
Brain bad.
Brain melted after this episode, and we have 2 more. It can't take too many more hits, and I know it's just gonna get beat.
Well, then, are you ready to wrap up here so we can move on to episode 11?
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'm Allie. This is Meg. We're going to move on to Andor Season 2, Episode 11. My heart is sinking in my chest because I know this show is almost over. This is one of my favorite shows. I love it so much. And this season has been absolutely spectacular. Cannot give enough props to Tony Gilroy, all the writers, all the crew, everyone who was involved in this show. You guys have done an incredible job. I'm sure we'll say this again in Episode 12, but just needed to be said now for the time being. So we will wrap up here, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye!
Bye!